That's not my only one either. Oh boy. How did your guys' Friday start, huh? You hear about mine? Okay. Wake up, 6:15. Regular guy over here. I'm no one special. Got to go to my job. Turn off my alarm. First thing I see after I turn off my alarm, about 4, 5 notifications notifying me that the face of the franchise, Randy Arozarena, fan favorite player, has been traded to the Seattle Mariners for 2 prospects. That's how I started my day. Thank you. I just want to say thank you to the Rays organization for deciding to do that at 1:30 in the morning. Now, this basically telling us that the Rays are pretty much not playing for this year. They're playing for the future. We've seen this many times with the Rays. This is what they do. It still hurts as a fan. It's never not going to hurt, especially with a guy who comes so few and far between, like Randy Arozarena, and his relationship with this fan base. And you guys know the type of person I am by now. If you've seen like my Stamkos video, like, I'm a fan. The day a player gets traded, just being this logical stat. They should have done this. These 2 prospects are just going to be great in the future. Like, no, I'm a fan. I've been rooting for this guy for years on years. I'm going to be emotional. And that was a terrible way to start my Friday, I do have to say. Now, I've already gone to work. It's 6:20. And, head is obviously cleared a little bit. Like I said, Rays are pretty much punting on the season, which the Rays, big numbers guys over there in St. Petersburg, in that clubhouse, in that front office. And is it likely the Rays were going to make the playoffs this year? No. It was and is a lot more likely that they're not going to make the playoffs. So I get it. Makes sense. Cut your ties, get something while you can, and that's what the Rays did. It's what the Rays do, and as much as it hurts as fans, no one should really be surprised, in my opinion. You just had your biggest win of the season, 13-0. He's been playing better. You just positive vibes all around. The stadium news, and just roll that up and just toss it in the trash, because this hurts. Like I said, it does. It does. I'm going to be a fan, and I'm never going to stop being a fan. So before we get into talking about these new prospects and how they'll be, a nice fit on the team when we're playing in the new stadium years from now, let's talk about the memories. Let's talk about the good times with Randy Arozarena, because there are a ton. And players like Randy Arozarena, they come few and far between with how well and how much he cared about building a relationship with the fan base. You really don't see players care that much these days. Like, he actually cared. He took his time to make sure, give this kid an autograph, give this kid a ball, give this kid a bat, take a picture, make someone's day, make a memory for someone. Create a story that this kid can tell their son one day that they met Randy Arozarena and took this picture, and he was, such a good guy. Like, that's the guy we're talking about, and that's to me why it hurts a little more. I have seen the Eflin news. I like Eflin. Obviously here, less time than Randy, but just Randy's connection with the fan base, Randyland, all of that stuff. Yeah. And it really doesn't feel like he came on the scene in like 2020. It feels like, I guess just because of the connection, like he's been here way longer than that. But 2020, that World Series, it speaks for itself. Breaking records, just legit bursting onto the scene. like the perfect example for that phrase that's used so often. All the chaos of the Brett Phillips walk off and Randy just falling all over the place and finally getting into home, team running on the field, Brett Phillips airplane in the outfield. Like, oh my gosh, dude. And I bet every one of you who are a Rays fan watching that can remember exactly where you were when that happened. Like, those are memories. Yes. A little off to the side here, but in my, regular job, I have like 3 pictures on my little wall. One's a Lightning picture, one's a Rays picture, one's a Bucks picture. And they've been there since I started at the job about a year ago. Of course, the Lightning picture is a picture of Steven Stamkos holding the Stanley Cup. So, there's one player that's gone. And of course, the Rays picture is Randy on that play we were just talking about, sliding into home, and you can see Kiermaier running into the field. Now Randy's gone. So in the span of a month, both of those 2 out of the 3 pictures that I have on my wall at work, the player's gone. What a summer. And then my favorite personal memory, I never got to meet Randy Arozarena, but this is kind of off topic, but in August I'm going on a California trip, and the Rays are going to be in California at the same time, so I'm going to go to a game in Oakland and then a game in LA while I'm there in California. See the Rays on the road, might as well. But anyways, where I'm getting at is I never got to meet Randy Arozarena, and I bought these seats at the Oakland Coliseum that are legit right next to the Rays dugout. Like, they are literally, you could turn to the left and you will see right into the entire dugout. And that was where I was hoping to finally just take a picture with Randy. Like, I don't need an autograph or any of that stuff. He's just done so much by the fans. Like, I wanted to have my own personal thing, but this is all in the past now. Anyways, that was a whole lot of what ifs. Sorry about that. But my favorite personal memory of Randy Arozarena, playoffs against the Boston Red Sox. No one covering third base. At the Trop, the pitcher keeps looking over at Randy as he's creeping down that line. About halfway down, he just decides to gun it, steals home in the playoffs. I was sitting in the party deck. I watched it all play out. I'm telling my girlfriend, like, look at this guy. Look at this guy. And he did it. He went for it, safe. That's my favorite memory of Randy Arozarena in person. There was another good one this year. I went to the first game that the Rays wore the City Connects against the New York Mets. This was when Randy was absolutely slumping, and it kind of just got built up on social media like, hey, we love Randy. He's not playing as well as we know he can. Let's see if we can motivate him, give him some energy. Let's do a standing ovation when he comes up to the plate. And, of course, he hits a home run that game. Just Randy. It's just Randy. And one more other thing when I'm talking about face of the franchise, like, his brand, his popularity is international. It's not just a Tampa Bay thing or a Florida thing or a United States thing. I went on a cruise, I think in 2022, and two of the stops were in Mexico. And, I'm wearing this hat right here, just a black TB hat, and, walking around in Mexico, and several people don't even speak English come up to me. And Tampa Bay? I'm not kidding you. I'm just like, yeah, Tampa Bay, that's where I'm from. And then they go, Randy Arozarena. I'm just like, whoa. Y'all know it. Y'all know him like that. I mean, and that leads to what he did with Mexico. Like, he really put on a show and put the world and that country on notice. And I thought that was really cool. Just as a Rays fan, wearing just a black TB hat. just on a cruise, just minding my business, and person after person, multiple people come up to me and it's like, Tampa Bay? Randy Arozarena! I'm just like, wow, this is cool. Okay, enough of that, enough of the sentimentals. Let's get into this trade. So, Randy Arozarena is traded for Aiden Smith and Brody Hopkins. Aiden Smith, an outfielder, Brody Hopkins, a pitcher. And let's pull up my screen here. I guess we got to do this. 2024 minor league stats. He's in single A right now. Right-handed batter, right-handed thrower, 6'2", 190. Only 20 years old. And this is a guy that I have heard. I've done, I wouldn't say research, but just looking through of, Seattle Mariners social media pages, podcasts, stuff like that. That's what I spent my day doing. They were really high on this guy. They actually were. I think this guy was their 12th ranked prospect. You got to remember, he's still only 20 years old, but, they had a lot of good things to say about him, like really athletic. And I did see one podcast say anyone who thinks that the Mariners fleeced the Rays in this Randy Arozarena trade, you're crazy. And I was like, wow, you guys really did think that high of these prospects. Okay. I'll take it, I guess. I don't love it still, but I'll take it. So 2024 stats, we're looking at 9 home runs, 42 RBIs, 28 stolen bases, and a average of 284, OPS of 872. So, he's over that 800 mark in the minor leagues there. So, all positive stuff. I'm not going to act like I'm some expert on Aiden Smith and the Seattle Mariners minor league system, but from what I'm hearing, what I'm reading, the guy's super athletic and has a lot of promise. But that is just the general vibe I got, was every single person spoke on his athleticism. And I believe MLB.com gave his athleticism a grade of a 60, so that's pretty good there. Because the highest, I believe, is an 80, so all good stuff there. So next, let's talk a little bit about Brody Hopkins. So single A as well, right-handed pitcher, 6'4", 22 years old. Win-loss, 4-3 so far this year with the ERA of 2.90. 18 games, 83 innings pitched, 95 strikeouts, a whip of 1.22. So all good numbers there. Just watching his highlights here for a little bit, it does look like his pitches have a ton of movement. And that is probably the thing I was seeing the most when looking at what Mariners people and these minor league people were talking about him, is that movement it's there. There's a lot of stuff going on with his pitches. Let's watch these together. Clean swing and miss there. Clean, a lot of reaches. It's looking like they're from the righties on a lefty here. Clean, another reach outside the zone. And that's nice there. Even on the fastball, a ton of movement. So, the stuff looks nice, looks good. Like I said, not going to act like I'm an expert, but, there you go. Some video evidence of what people are saying about him. So, there we go. I posted this video a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago at this point, just talking about, are the Rays going to be sellers at the deadline? And in the thumbnail that I used, 2 of those 4 players are already gone. And 2 of them happened in the same day. Trade deadline is coming up on Tuesday, so we'll see if anything else happens, but it does seem like the Rays are just playing for the future at this point, so I would not be surprised. So that's going to be it for me. We can cut it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment down below. You can tell me your thoughts about the trade if you'd like, but I would really like for you to tell me your favorite memory of Randy Arozarena. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Y'all have a blessed one. Go Rays.